What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcast for the next episode of Neo Scavenger, where we are trudging. I would call it a trudge. I don't know. I don't really know what our character's state. Schnikes! That's not good. Well, just in case the worst thing ever happens, reload and get ready because this is gonna suck. There's no way for me to guarantee this victory, but it didn't attack us? That's weird. He must be high or something. He's fixated. That's all that it takes. What he's fixated on, I'm not sure, but as long as it ain't me, I don't care. Let's go over here. Hopefully he's staring at some looter over there, like an Anishinaabe, so I can come over and loot his stuff in a little bit. That's what we're looking for right now. So in the previous episode, we were trying to get up to the Anishinaabe tribe so we could either sell this gun or try to find ourselves some ammo. I need to count and see like how far up we are. We should be at about the right... Yeah, we should be somewhere around here. I'm going to keep an eye out for it, but I think we should be somewhere in the proper region. Actually, I can talk to this guy. Oh, my shoe fell off, damn it. She seems to be gauging the surroundings for a moment, but when she turns to you, she's satisfied there's no danger is near. I see that you wear a copper talisman. Where did you get it, she asks. You idly place your hand on the talisman. You're not sure how to answer. I've had this for as long as I can remember. There, honest. She considers your story. You should speak with Michelle Lavallee, our Ajijak elder. She's interested in these things and knows a lot about them. She explains where to find her enclave. Just be respectful, she warns. Our warriors are accustomed to troublemakers entering our lands. With that, she gets back to her route. Wingazin Traveler. And that should mark it on our map. So that now it's easier to find. Did I overshoot it? Where is it? Yeah, I overshot it. It's over here. That's okay, though. I lost my shoe, by the way. It's the reality of our situation. It is the reality of our condition at the moment that I shall be shoeless. It does not bring me joy. It does not bring me pleasure to be shoeless, especially in a forest full of, like, sticks and things that you can, like, stab your foot with. However, hopefully we'll get something good in here. We'll call out. There we go. We'll be peaceful, and then we shall be like, alright, you can blindfold us and take us blindly into the unknown, because clearly nothing bad could ever happen from being blindfolded. Why is there a cowboy in the middle of the area? Like, did you guys notice that by the picture? That picture right there is very clearly like Wyatt Earp in the middle of a post-apocalyptic, like, Indian reservation. Let's see here. We've already done this dialogue, so I'm not going to stick with it. Let's go like that. I'm just going to try and blaze through this as best as I can. Alright, you know me. We're going to go ahead and go right there. And then we're going to be like, Gaijis, blah, blah, blah. Talisman. You have to, like, do all these prompts. If you don't do these prompts, then you won't get the proper quests and things later on. But seeing as we already did this, and it took almost an entire episode for us to do this dialogue, if you're interested in seeing it, I'll try and find the episode that it was in, that I read it all. And then after that, you can go back and watch it in that episode so you can know what the storyline is. But since we've already done this, I tend to, like, breeze over it real fast. So they have a Deltec 1911. I actually don't prefer pistols in this game. I strongly actually resist the urge of pistols as much as I can because they're not that good. We do have a 95 or an 85% shotgun, but I feel like I can get a better one later on, so I'm just going to sell it for a big infusion of early money, especially considering the sling is actually more weapon than we can even handle right now. Like, seriously, don't underestimate the sling. We one-shotted that guy through his lung. Like, how badass is that? We can take the birch bag, I think is a good plan to give us some extra space. I do think we should get the Yukon canvas backpack. I think that's a really, really good call. And that's one of the reasons, like, we didn't have any money. And so I'm just sort of thinking about things that, like, I want to do with my cash right now. Like, things that I would want to acquire. And so we didn't have any money, and we weren't going to get enough money by selling anything other than the gun. So I feel like that's a pretty good exchange for us right now, and it's going to allow us to start the game off reasonably equipped. Not, like, amazingly equipped, but still equipped enough. You can buy a campfire? Why would you want a campfire? The hide long coat might be a good call, too. Just in terms of our long-term health, safety, and warmth. That is not an appealing jacket to wear right now. I thought that was going to look a little bit sexier. I'm going to be honest with you. I was expecting it to look a little bit more becoming. I was hoping that we would get something out of it. I was really hoping that maybe our fashion sense would go up. But no, now it just looks like we're wearing a curtain. We're wearing a curtain as clothing. Alright, well, we take what we can get. You can throw a bow over your shoulder, by the way, so if you wanted to buy a bow from her, you can do that. It's not a terrible plan. The bow is okay. It's not like one of the best weapons in the game by a long shot, but it's still a decent weapon. Unfortunately, she does not have a travois, but we can make one. So, not going to stress about it for right now. You need like 12 string, though. You need 12 large string in order to make a travois. So maybe I'll save that, and we'll chop it up. It's also got my rocks inside of it. So I need as many rocks as I could possibly carry. In fact, yeah, use the hide bag as an ammo receptacle for everything else. And when it's full, we know we don't need to carry any more rocks, and that'll take a bunch off of our burden for right now. That's good. I'm happy with that. I think we're in a pretty decent position right now. I need to get sterilized water. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to use the money for anything else. Let's get sterilized water for right now. That seems alright. We'll get some tannin tea, too, even though it's expensive. Just in case. We've got antibiotics, but I'd like to have a really, really good gear set going into the game right now. We've also got the ability right now to sit down for a meal, which is what we're going to do, and that'll refill a bunch of that. So now that we're all nice and slaked, we can go visit Joe, but I don't think there's anything wrong with us, so I'd rather save it for later. Joe has a really long cooldown. He's a medic, and what'll happen is if you go there, he tries to cure everything that's wrong with you. I think that for right now, what we'll probably do is we'll just stalk around the Anishinaabe lands for a while and just see if any of their warriors get killed by dogmen or anything like that. And if that happens, it's actually a really, really good plan to get yourself some free loot in the early game. I don't like how it gets rid of my sling. It makes me feel unprotected. There we go. And you know what they say about being unprotected? That you should not do it. Let's see here. I realized that probably sounded like there was going to be like some anecdotal joke on the other end. Oh, good. We've got a right-footed croc. It's better than nothing. I'll take it. I would rather have an ugly shoe than no shoe at all. I should probably collect as many shards as I can hold for making arrows later on. But as for right now, I'm okay. I'm okay with what we have going for us. I feel like this adventure is coming to a reasonable culmination. Not an amazing one, but it's getting there. Let's tear up a couple of these sweatshirts so I'm not carrying them around with me. And we've got 20 string. And so what I'd like to do is just make as much large string as we can. We have to get at least 12 of it so we can make ourselves a cart so that we can pull behind us. If you have the mechanical skill, you can make yourself a travois, and it is going to help out pretty considerably. You need, I think, 2 big sticks, like a million medium sticks, and 12 string, and then you can make yourself a travois, which would be immensely helpful right now, because then I could put the crowbar on there, and then we would have space to bring a gun along with us, so that we could actually swap if need be. Let's just chill for a little bit. I need to stop clicking that button and just use like the space bar. We didn't find anything there, even though we had a reasonable chance to loot. I'm pretty happy with this playthrough. Like, this finally, I can't tell you how happy I am that my luck has finally decided to like swap around. And I know that as I say that, I'll probably get nommed on by like a Dogman or something ridiculous, but what can you do? What can ye do? I don't think my flashlight, is my flashlight still rocking? Oh, it is. It's still got a little bit of kick left in it, a little bit of oomph. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine until it attracts scavengers, that is. This little light of mine, I'm gonna use it to dine. I'm not gonna eat the light. That seems like a really odd power that would probably make you out to be the bad guy in some ridiculous, like, Marvel novel. The Light Eater. Like, nom 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 nom. All of your lights all belong to us. I eat them. What would light taste like? I feel like it would be, it wouldn't be very filling. It would only be a light snack. Made myself a joke. Stop having trouble sleeping. You have an awesome trench coat. I don't know why that would affect your sleeping, but it should. We're in the Anishinaabe land, so I'm not going to stress about, like, dying. Because there's a strong tendency for the Anishinaabe to get themselves killed protecting you while you walk around. They aren't consciously... Oh, we're sick right now. That's not good. What are we sick with? It doesn't say we're sick. That's a little concerning, though. I'm going to drink some tannin tea real fast. Just in case. Oh, that seems to have fixed it right up. I don't know. Maybe it's just indigestion or something. You know, our Pepto-Bismol. Delicious pink Pepto-Bismol. Who doesn't love Pepto? The answer to that question, everybody. It's rare to find anybody that's like, I'm going to go guzzle some Pepto. It's not an appealing taste. It's not a taste that's wonderful. It's kind of like a weird... I always think that it's a disconnect between, like, the color. To be honest, I think it's a disconnect between the color and the weird minty flavor. It throws people off. Like, if they had just recolored it, like, green, maybe it would go a little bit better. It's also really, really thick and gross. That's the other problem, is it's a textural thing for some people. I live around a lot of people with weird, like, textural faux pas. Like, they won't eat things based on texture. I have a family member that does not like cheese. just doesn't like cheese. It's weird because we live in the United States where cheese is on like everything. Like cheese is a major part of like every meal no matter what. Like if my meal doesn't have cheese included, I will not be attending. No, thank you. I will stay outside and just like lick rocks or something. I'm not really sure, but if there's no cheese, I don't want to be here. And that's just, I find it concerning that we just found a dead squirrel and we consider that to be worthwhile loot. Like, look, I found a dead squirrel. Anybody want to lick this squirrel with me? It'll be tasty. Squirrel. Well, I should probably go see Joe. You know how I was like holding off on that and I wanted to save our... It says we're sick, but we don't have anything on our little sick bar. Usually it'll tell you. Even if you're not a medic, it should give you like a clue as to what's wrong with you over here somewhere. And it hath not. Hopefully I didn't accidentally eat like a poisonous mushroom or anything. That would be unsatisfactory in the greatest sense. It would be a check minus. Maybe even a check minus minus. I think you can survive eating a poisonous mushroom. It's just not going to be real pleasant. Spend the next couple days like tripping balls and just vomiting and having diarrhea simultaneously. Not the most satisfying experience. However, it is something to tell your family about someday. Like, you remember that time? Well, obviously you don't because you weren't here yet. But back before I knew you guys, when I was a rolling stone and every day was bright and wonderful. Telling that story like I'm the dad dinosaur from Dinosaurs. It's like miserable about his existence. We've got water right here, but I think I should be able to scavenge up a bit more before anything else happens. Hold on. Let me see if I can get my thirst taken care of before we go anywhere else. I think I can get this forest right here. No, I fell down. Damn it. I slipped and I fell on a wet stone. Ugh. Sometimes my character makes me very, very sad. I don't know if you've realized that yet. I'm wondering, is there an urban center around here? Because the loot is actually getting kind of thin in these locations. I should also probably be... Oh, there was 2 lighters. Okay. And we've got our gators falling apart now, too. That's unfortunate. It's kind of funny, because would a gator affect your gate? Is that why it's called... Oh, shit. So right now what we want to do is blindly retreat. That's all that we care about. Oh, no. Hold on, my sling isn't even in my hand. We might get one-shotted right here. It's a possibility. Yeah, there he is. I'm going to attempt to run away, although it may or may not work, depending. But we definitely need to get some ground in between us and him. Otherwise, this is going to be unsatisfactory. He's suppressed him behind cover. I should be able to run away now. Basically, what you want to do is you want to force him to ground by shooting at him. And if you can make that work... He's tough and vulnerable. Okay, I'm going to run away. Keep suppressing. Okay, so now he's suppressed. Oh, he doesn't see me yet. I'm still hidden. That actually explains a lot. Okay, keep throwing rocks at him. There we go. Oh, he died of cardiac arrest. I've actually never seen that come up before. We killed a wolfman with rocks and a sling. Oh, I love this thing. This is one of my favorite weapons. Like, this is one of the benefits of ranged playthrough. Typically, if you take athletic, it's also very, very good. But for right now, we just killed off a dog, man. I don't know if it's worth it to, like, skin this corpse. I guess I will, because I feel like I'm wasting things if I don't. God, they drop so much meat. Like, there's such an insane volume of meat on each of these bodies. I'm going to end my turn right there. The unfortunate thing right now is that we're in the north. And the problem you're going to run into in the northward map is that there's a lot of dogmen around. Why there are so many dogmen up in the north, I'm not really too sure. I'm assuming there must be like a vast concentration of fire hydrants or like crotches to sniff. I'm not really sure. I can't tell you why there's so many dogmen up here, but what I can tell you is that they are everywhere. Like, seriously, in the last stream, I got attacked by like 5 dogmen in a row in this location up north. Within probably 6 turns, like 5 dogmen, and I went through all my ammo just killing them nonstop. It was kind of badass, actually, if you think about it, but it was also kind of not badass. I need that, and then I need that. There's our first patchwork glove. I'm going to try and make a second one here. There it is. I wish that you had like a defensive value in this game for like your different body parts once you made the various armors that keep you safe throughout the day. There we go. What does wearing a hide glove do? Like, what would that benefit do? Keep you from cutting your hands maybe while you're running around? I don't even know what that would apply to. I'm sad that fur isn't worth more money in this game. You would think it would be. because everything has to be made out of fur and like random stuff now. I mean, we no longer have clothing or anything else that, you know, we can gird ourselves with. Let me see. I'm playing one-handed right now, so let me see if maybe I can... The shoe sole is probably not going to help much. Yeah, we got to find another right shoe. Unfortunately, we're going through a lot of right shoes in this playthrough. Seems to be the overwhelming situation that we're in. I'm also going to use my time to tear up some of this clothing and also make a fire, maybe. It's going to attract attention for sure. It's going to attract a lot of attention. We're going to have Dogman coming out of our ass, which is going to be really, really unpleasant. It's not so much the scratching. It's more like the leftover fur and residue. It's just kind of a sore, itchy experience. Anyways, let's go ahead and I'll grab some of the big meat over here, giggity. And so now that we've got big meat, oh, we're struggling, unfortunately. Well, let's make a fire then at the bare minimum so that we can cook some of this and get ourselves fed and filled up and then see what else we could do with what we have on hand. What we need is the kindling and some sticks, and then we have like 100 lighters, so this actually shouldn't be that difficult. There we go. And so we've got an enormous blaze already taking place. So what we would want to do in this situation... I'm actually just going to bypass the turn for right now. I'm really, really hoping that nothing decides to come by and like mess with us. Why we only have one move, I'm not sure. We should have multiple moves because we're next to a campfire. I'm not positive why that's not working, but that sort of sucks for us because it means we're only going to be able to cook like 2 of these big meats. They are worth a lot of money, by the way. If you can actually deliver these to a location without them going bad, you can make a ton of cash on big meat. So bear that in mind. I may actually attempt to take these back to the Anishinaabe before they go bad. But the other thing that I want to do is tear up all these clothes so that I could create for myself a travois before we leave here. So tear that up. And where's the other one?
It's tearing up my shirt when I'm with you.
Ooh, there's your reference of the day. That'll make all the ladies happy. They'll smile. Watch. I bet you anything. It made the ladies smile. It probably did.
Because I need your parts, that much is true.
Let's see here. I suppose, what happens if I tear apart a shoe? Nothing? It's unfortunate. I was hoping I could tear apart a shoe. There's got to be more. I was going to say, there's more stuff in here that I have not yet ripped. There it is. And so now that we have ripped up several objects, what I need now is this stack. And we're going to turn that into as much medium thread as we can. And so now what we want to do, we're going to take that. Actually, I think it should be on my list. It might be easier just to do this by the list. Let's see here. A box cart. No, yeah, that's not what I'm looking for. A little too hobo-ish for me. I like to travel in style here. There we go. So the travois, oh, it takes 14 string. It actually takes a considerable amount more than I thought it did. Okay, so we'll throw that into there. And now we've got a travois. So hooray for us. Hurrah for travois, I suppose, would be how I would approach this. And what I'd like to do now is throw all that meat on the back of the cart. Also that shoe. Storing the meat next to the nappy shoe. Probably not the best way to keep things nice and kosher and fresh, but still. And now, oh shit. Blindly retreat. Continue blindly retreating. Continue blindly retreating. Shit. Yeah, we're gonna die. We are dead as dirt right now because I'm carrying a cart. Okay, well at least we got him a little bit. Oh, we killed him. Oh my god, we killed him. Wow, that was so lucky right there. Like, seriously, that was the luckiest thing ever. Like, you all should not underestimate how lucky that was. We should be dead right now. Like, we should totally be dead right now. I'm going to empty that out, and for the biggest cut, I'm going to throw that onto there. That's why you should not be in the north. Of all the decisions you will make in this game, being in the north should be the last. I didn't think about it until I started seeing Dogman, and then I remembered, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about this. So what I need to do now is, since we're out of... Where the hell did my... Oh, it went onto my cart. Okay. So the big thing here is that we should not be in the north right now. I made a mistake. We need to leave like right this second, though. Our only plan right now is to work our way southward, and if we can escape, then we'll be good. But up until then, we're very, very much at risk right now. We're in bad shape. Believe me when I say we're in bad shape. I'm going to drink some of the water. Keep ourselves hydrated. We're still bleeding. What are we bleeding from? Minor cut, minor bruising, minor pain. I don't see any bleeding anywhere. It says we're bleeding, but I don't see it. Either way, though, does that still have charges? No, that thing's done. Okay. I need to reload that. And I can't actually promise that we aren't going to get run up on again. There is the distinct likelihood that it might happen. I'm just going to try and go southward, basically. And we can sleep right here, I guess. We should hopefully get a little bit of our physical cogency back, I guess. Let's hit this stretch of forest real fast, too, because we need the food. I can't believe we survived 2 dogmen in this episode, especially one that got the jump on us. When a dogman gets the jump on you like that, it's very, very rare that you make it out without dying unless you've got like really, really late game gear to bail yourself out with. We got super lucky with our sling. Like crazy lucky. Let's go ahead and sit down for a meal. We'll go to the trade post and see if maybe we can unload some of this. Yeah, the meat's actually still in decent condition. Oh, he's got a composite bow. Or a compound bow. Ooh, that right there is actually a temptation. That's one of the few things that might actually be better than the sling. The compound bow is pretty good. It might be worth throwing on our back. I just had like a rogue yawn that just came out of nowhere. However, for right now, I think it might be a better plan to try and cook this meat. It'll probably go bad really, really soon. It's getting close. But we should be able... No, I don't want to scavenge the forest. What I want to do is I want to craft. And now that we're crafting, what I'm going to attempt to do is sunlight. We'll go right there. And then we'll go with... I need some sticks. There we go. A stick and some kindling. Give me a fire. There we go. So now that we have a fire... The thing... No, I needed you actually. I need you to be over here. The thing we are going to attempt is going to be to cook all this up and sell it and make a bunch of money. It's a long shot, but if we can make it work, it's going to be pretty swell. Now, it may rot on the next turn. That's the thing, is it might not make it. However, now... Oh, it's only worth $8 now. Damn it. Okay, well, into the ATN Enclave. We'll go ahead and we'll sell it for what we can get. Unfortunately, when the durability on it goes down, it becomes less valuable. As you might assume with food-related accessories. Got a bunch of meat right there. I'll probably just vendor that. Also that shoe, because why not? If I can take this and actually put it on my cart, I would prefer to. And then for $210, we can get ourselves a compound bow. Which I think is a pretty major upgrade for us. And I'll just throw it on my cart. It might not be a terrible idea to stock up on arrows while we're here either. Arrows won't go in there? That's unfortunate. Okay, well... I guess what I'll do then is we'll put the arrows in the bottom of this bag. I like to have a lot of arrows. If I'm going to run with a bow, I try to have a ton of arrows. I'll also take this shoulder strap because we can put it on that from what I remember. I'm pretty sure we can put it on there. Close to positive. Not super positive, but close to positive. I'm going to drink some of their water because we have extra money, so why not? Do I have an extra tarp too for when this bag breaks? Yeah, get that tarp. Just so we have some of the things we need once that bag breaks because it probably will pretty soon. Alright. So now that we're good, I'll probably buy the remainder of their water, which leaves us in good shape for the remainder. And let's go out and scavenge some more, although we're going to scavenge southward instead of up north because I don't want to run into any more dogmen. I mean, look at our... Well, no, actually, we're healing pretty quickly. Our body's looking a lot better. Oh, I should talk to Joe, too, while we're here. Let's go visit Joe. And we're going to have him cure our illness. There we go. We should start feeling better after we do that. You see how it went from sick to lost blood? It was probably just indigestion or something, like a minor like stomach infection, but Either way, you don't want that to get out of control, and especially since it affects the way that you perform in combat. A lot of the time, you want to keep an eye on it just in case. I'm probably going to break the episode off right here. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here for the next episode of Neo Scavenger, where it's been an intense episode. It's been a really, really intense set of episodes. Range builds are worrying because, like, for example, when you're doing a melee build, you don't care if the enemy gets right up in your face because you've got it covered. Like, if they get up in your face, you can stab them with your awesome melee broad spear, which will stun lock them to death. When you're in the situation that we are and you don't have melee as a fallback option, your only choice is to just be good at running away, essentially, and then just, like, firing over your shoulder as much as possible before the enemy catches up. So it's a little bit of a... You have to change the way that you play, for sure. But I do think that it's manageable. So I will see you all in the next episode. Take care, everybody, and hi-do.